Hello and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. My name is Sensei, and we are now going to be looking at a few altcoins that I'm quite bullish on, and that I might be rotating some of the XRP profits into these altcoins. I want to be clear, I am still about 80% into XRP on the crypto portfolio, but there will be a time where I want to rotate some of this into the altcoins, and I am buying a few altcoins at the moment. So I'm going to share my thoughts and opinions on that in this live stream, or if you're watching this later as a video. So let's get straight into it. Thank you everyone for tuning in to the morning forecast show. We're live every single trading morning at this time. So please do join us every day when we are live. We are live about 8 hours a day on this show, on this channel. I go live, Martyn goes live, Vaz goes live, Martyn then goes live again. So you'll see a lot of content here, and we are live, and probably the best community on YouTube, in my opinion. Anyway, always live. Always have the community, the members, the subscribers in mind whenever we do anything. So let's get straight into it. But before I talk about any investments, please do not buy or sell based off anything I say. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my thoughts, my opinions only, and I'm sharing my journey live on YouTube. So please take everything not as advice, just my thoughts and opinions. Please do your own research. XRP is currently trading at $3.48. It did sell off overnight. However, we're still at all-time highs. I mean, I wouldn't be worried about this 4.5% correction. You just zoom out to even the daily candles, and you can see where we've come from. It's been one heck of a week for XRP. Ever since that breakout that we covered live on the show, XRP's follow through has been a thing of beauty. If I show you this chart here, you can just see breakout occurred and then straight to the target. So obviously we are at the target areas, $3.50, all-time highs. There is going to be some selling pressure coming in, but as soon as we clear $3.50 with a daily candle close, I think we will start moving even faster. $4, $5, $6, $7, $8. So they are all still targets in mind for XRP. But we can now see that altcoins are moving as well. We've got Ethereum Classic up 20% today. We've got Uniswap up 18% today. We've got Dogecoin up 10%, Litecoin now up 7%, Filecoin now waking up 6%. We've got VeChain up 5.5%. So altcoins are coming, and you know what that means. Bitcoin dominance is falling off a cliff, just as predicted. Remember, we just looked at Bitcoin dominance at 65 to 66%. It was our target area where we said the altcoins will start rallying, and it's happened once again. It is falling off a cliff. What is Bitcoin dominance? Well, Bitcoin dominance is the amount of money that is in Bitcoin, the amount of the take the total market cap that's in crypto, what percentage is in Bitcoin? Currently it's 61%. A few days ago it was 65%. When Bitcoin dominance comes down, it doesn't mean Bitcoin's falling in value. It just means more of the market share is now going into the more risky altcoins. This is sort of a repeat of what we saw back in December, November of 2024, where we said 60% is a target, get ready. And that's when XRP went from 50 cents to all-time highs, or literally touched all-time highs, and it's happening again. We are now coming into closer to our target of 60%. Will 60% hold? Well, I would imagine we'll get a bounce at 60%, where Bitcoin can start moving up to another target. That would be the most bullish scenario, because if Bitcoin continues its run up, more liquidity can flow into altcoins in the future. So maybe when we hit 60% on Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin can find that support and rally once again to maybe 130,000 or 150,000. Bitcoin dominance can have a bounce, and then you can get that final full-blown altcoin season, which normally lasts about 2 months, or no, not 2 months, about between 2 weeks and 2 months, depending on which cycle you look at. So it can be very quick, or it could be over a month of an altcoin season. So that's what we're going to be keeping an eye on. Is 60% going to hold or break? If it breaks, then the altcoins will continue going crazy and continue going up. That's the most likely scenario. If it does break, there is also a scenario that Bitcoin, that everything's selling off and Bitcoin sells off more than the altcoins, but that's not typically the case. So if 60% breaks on Bitcoin dominance, then the altcoins will continue breaking up. And if 60% holds, then we'll probably get another Bitcoin rally to 130 to 150,000, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It just means there's more money to flow into altcoins once we have that full-blown altcoin season, where we probably see a clap sort of 55%, 40%, 50%, and maybe we find a low at 50% or even lower at 43% or 40% like last cycle. So we're keeping an eye on all of that as we talk about altcoins within this video. So I'm going to talk about a few altcoins, but just, I mean, Bitcoin dominance. We said it live on the show a couple of weeks ago. You've hit its target. Get ready for the altcoins, and it's happened once again. 4 days of losses for Bitcoin compared to the altcoins. And there is another chart of beauty. Let me see who's in the chat. Don't miss the big XRP $1,000 giveaway. Opening free tickets 10 a.m. Central. Sorry, I don't even know the time zone. CDT, Central Daylight Time. Central Daylight Time. Yeah, $1,000 giveaway. There will be some opening tickets as well if you watch the promo video on YouTube. Add those numbers together and you've got yourself some free tickets. There is a link there. It opens in just a few hours, so get ready for that. If you have just tuned in, please do hit the like button. Let's share this out to the world. Please do subscribe if you haven't done so already as well. Let me see your comments. Who's here with us this morning? Andrew Phillips, good morning to you. Mike is here. Hi, Mike. Hi. Is anyone else having issues with buying on Coinbase? Teresa, I don't know of any reported issues at the moment. Good morning, everyone. Blue Brass Drivers here. Henrik, welcome in to the show. Good morning, Sensei, says Dan. Good afternoon. Kata is in the show. Who else is here? Awesome. Clive Brooks, what do you think of Trump coin? Not really a fan of that at all. I did buy it when it came out, made some money, sold it. It's not something I really fancy holding. Hello from the United States. Hello, Brett. XRP is a very safe investment long term. Thank you for your opinions. Jesse says XDC is next. Good luck to you, Jesse. Bought 46 more XRP. Congratulations to you, Andreas. Yes, Robbie C is here. Brett is here. Good morning. Just asking your thoughts on Archer. Yesterday it hit 13. Excuse me. Yesterday it hit $13. My thought is it will come back to pullback of 12. If you do a chart request, you could do a $4.99 chart request, and we can have a look at it for you. Or even if you become a member, I will do it for you as well. Here's the membership link. Who else is in the show? Starting to push it back up now. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's not a huge pullback. No, I think we're talking about Bitcoin dominance is a pretty big pullback. I think that's what the comment was about. Or was someone saying X? Yeah, that's not a big pullback. What do you think will happen to Circle? I think it will do well during this bull market, and then it will have a bad bear market, and then it will come back strong. I wouldn't be buying at these levels, but that's just me. Will there be a lot of movement today? Yeah, but it's crypto. It's volatile every day. Certainly when we've got volume like this coming in. Hi everyone, did I miss something? Stanislav, you haven't missed anything. We're about to talk about some altcoins as well. Good morning, Sensei. I think altcoin season will last. Thank you, J Pact. Thanks, Sensei, says Tricks. No worries at all. Bought a bit more XRP this morning. Let's see. Good luck to you, Stuart. I just wish people were buying when we're at 30, 50 cents, or even a couple of weeks ago at the breakout. Gold. Love you. Gold at 3,600. The end of the year is the tar. Gold. Love you. Gold. 3,600 by end of year is the target. Right. Thank you. Yes, then. What is gold looking like today? Yeah, it's up 0.5%. It's getting gold is going to have a breakout. It's the upside or downside. It's getting very, very tight now. Yes, and keep an eye on this. There's upwards trend line here, this horizontal trend line here, and you're getting very close. today, tomorrow, the next day, these trend lines are coming together. You're either going to get a big breakout to 3,440, or you're going to break this downward slope and come back down to 3,283. So get ready for that. Gold is tightening right now. Can we reach $4? Yes, we can reach $4. Bring it an XRP army. Yes, and gold is going up. Yes, it is. ONDO pumped today. Is it pumping today? Pumping yesterday. What's it doing now? ONDO. I don't think it's pumping today. Where is it? ONDO is up 0.5%. Not really pumping today. Are you saying it's going to pump? Test Phoenix play the song precisely $4. How about Shiba Inu? I don't really invest in Shiba. $3.50 new resistance. It's always been resistance, very psychological. I've had it on my chart. How about Joby up $10? Oh, I'm going to tell you about something else that's up a lot today, which I've been telling you about for the last month or two. Let me just check Joby first. What's Joby doing? Joby's not up that much. Joby's at $17. I know, we were covering this at $7. We're covering this at $5 as well. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. All-time highs yesterday. I don't quite know what you meant by how about Joby up $10. I don't know what you meant by that, Shane. Do you mean since we covered it? XRP coming back up. Sensor DC Rocket Lab pull pass. Yes, I saw Rocket Lab $53. We were buying that at $3. Yeah, but up $900 on gold train so far. Good luck. Okay. One other thing I was going to show you. Do we have it or do we add it? Vivo Power. Vivo Power? Yeah. Look at this. How many times did I tell you about these? Look behind the scenes. Look at what the institutions are doing. This company, NASDAQ company, was buying $300 million worth of XRP behind the scenes. And I brought this to you quite a while ago now. And today, pre-market's up 17%. Yesterday, it was up 8%. And I think it can go higher. Again, not financial advice, but Vivo Power. Do we have the news here as well? Closes first phase of 121 million private placement. That's all about XRP. Yeah, proceeds will support Vivo's, Ripple, and XRP focused treasury and decentralized finance strategy. So this is MicroStrategy, but on steroids. Not only are they buying, they're not buying Bitcoin for their reserve, they're buying XRP. Not only are they buying XRP just to hold and have it as a reserve, they're going to use it. That's the beauty of XRP. Oh, Captain Dave. Let me turn the sound effects up. Thank you. Thank you for becoming a member, Captain Dave. So yeah, not only are they buying it as a treasury hold, they're actually going to be able to use XRP for transactions. So a few companies are now doing this. The other one I told you about was Power. What was it called? God, it's in the newsletter. I'll find it in a second. Yes, I'd have to look into Trading 212. But there it is. Vivo Power is the main one, and that's up another 17% today. So congratulations to anyone who did their research and read about that in the newsletter. If you do want the newsletter link, we always do deep dives. We talk about all these stories before the mainstream find out about these stories. Here is the link to the newsletter. Please consider subscribing to the newsletter. I had bought 80. Let's go back to comments for a second. Where's XRP heading in 1 year time? Sean Jew, if I knew, I would be a billionaire, I think. I had bought 1,800 Doge back in January of 2021, feeling bad today for panic selling back then. You learn from your mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Leaving XRP until 3 digits, guessing 2032. I would say 2030, we're looking at $50 XRP. Depending on where we end up at the end of this bull cycle. If we end up at $30 by the end of this bull cycle, then yes, I would say $100 could be very much a target in 2032. But right now, I'm looking at $50 in 2030. NASDAQ bought XRP. No, it was a NASDAQ company. NASDAQ is an exchange. They can't buy anything. But a NASDAQ company called Vivo Power International is buying XRP quite heavily as well. 100 million at a time. And now it's up 17% today. So there we go. Let me go to the newsletter and give you more on that story. So XRP broke all-time highs at $3.40 on regulatory breakthrough. XRP surged to record-breaking $3.64 on July the 18th, surpassing its previous peak of $3.40 set in January of 2018, and pushing its market cap above 212 billion. Depends how you look at it. It could be about 400 billion if you look at it, if you include what Ripple holds. The rally followed the House passage of Genius Act on July the 17th and a landmark bill establishing federal regulatory clarity for stablecoins with requirements for full reserve backing audits and licensing. Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin is already compliant with these provisions, positioning the company to benefit directly from law implementation. Following the vote, XRP gained 18% within 24 hours of trading, as trading volumes surged 135% to 19 billion, while futures volume spiked 162% to 46 billion, with open interest rising 27% to 11 billion. Institutional adoption further fueled the momentum. Vivo Power's International allocated 121 million from recent Saudi-backed fundraise, whilst Chinese mobility startup, there it is, Webus, committed 300 million to build an XRP reserve for cross-border payments. So it's a reserve and they use it. That's much better than Bitcoin, and it's called Webus. That's the one I was thinking of. Here it is, Webus International. And that's not moving as much. It has moved this week. It's up quite heavily this week, over sort of 20%. However, on the announcement of the XRP being bought, it went up $4.20. It went up to $4.22, but since it's sold off, so that's the other company buying as well. I don't know if they've made their purchase yet. I'll have to look into that. But Vivo Power is my Vivo is my one of choice, which is up 17% right now on the day. I think, when did we talk about this? Couldn't be that long ago. Was it in March? I think it was around $3.50. Yeah, it's up 124% since. If you are watching, can I ask everyone to come onto this thread? We're going to come onto this in a second. If we can just go and repost this, I would greatly appreciate it. Here is the link to repost this X post. If you haven't followed me on X, you can click on that and also follow me on X. But there is the post. We're going to be talking about some altcoins as well. So we'll start talking about the altcoins and doing the charts once we hit 20 reposts. So there's over 400 people watching. We should get 20 reposts in seconds. So let's see if we can get to, that's actually too easy. Let's do 25 reposts and then we start talking about the altcoins that I'm buying and that I've been buying over the last day or so. Here you go. Hit the repost, and not only that, not only repost, go and click on it and like all of the ones after as well. You have to like. There is a poll. I'd like to get everyone's thoughts on that as well. So repost what I've just put in the chat. Once we reach 25, we're going to look into the altcoins that I'm going to be moving some XRP into or buying as well. Repost the main one, come into the rest and hit the like button as well. All you have to do is click on that post and you can see the rest of the comments. If you haven't followed me as well, 1,600 followers today, I'm sure we can do it. Okay, so back to that story about the institutional adoption. I mean, people don't even realize that companies are buying XRP for treasury usage. So I'm sure we're still early. So Vivo Power International allocates 121 million. The Chinese mobility startup is committed 300 million to also help for the reserve and cross-border payments. TechRoom's leveraged XRP ETF doubled in price this month, outpacing the firm's agricultural products, while ProShares launched 3 new XRP futures funds to meet growing demand. With XRP now the third largest cryptocurrency by market cap, the Genius Act clarity combined with corporate treasury adoption and expanding ETF access has laid a robust foundation for continued institutional inflows. Ripple's pursuit of US bank charter and Federal Reserve master account could further integrate XRP into traditional finance alongside ISO, of course, which we covered Monday this week. Seems like a couple of weeks ago, but it was only Monday which ISO came live. Let me go over to, did we get the 25? What are we on? We're on 5. No, we can't be. Let me refresh. We're on 9. We need 15 more people. People are being lazy this morning again. I know it's an early morning show for most of you, but you can still click on a link, repost it, go in to click on it, the post itself, and go into the posts that come after it and hit the like button on them as well. Let's do that. Let's put the music on. Let's wake everyone up. Hit the like button if you're here, and then we'll go into the altcoin segment of this video.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
There's some altcoins up over 20% today, and some of them are stuff that we are buying recently. So let's get up to 25 retweets and get into altcoins. Sure you've hit the like button. Has everyone smashed the like button on this show? If you have, go and do the repost, and if you come into the comments as well, you can hit the like button again. Go over here, press the reactions over here as well. 30 more seconds. Let's see if we get to it. Oh, Calvin!
Calvin Woodruff donated $19.99 through a super chat. XRP to the moon. Full moon emoji.
Oh my god, thank you so much. Let's get the music on. We're going to put another minute on the clock. Calvin, you're going straight to the top of today's session with $20. Thank you so much.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
We are on 18 reposts, 7 more, and we talk about altcoins. Let's do it. There's 7 people watching. You haven't done this yet. I'll give you the link once more. Go repost, click on it, like all the posts. There's only 4.
Don't let the ruthlessness prevail. Oh, it's time now, light your fires for ascension. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in
people. We can do it. 3 more. Remember, there's a poll in the X thread, 30 seconds, and we're going to get into it. $25 repos. Thank you ever so much for doing that. Let's get into the altcoin straight away. Calvin, again, thank you so much for your your $20 super chat. Really do appreciate it. We've got altcoins like Ethereum Classic up 20%, Uniswap up 20%, Dogecoin up 10%, Maker up 11%, Gala up 7%. Filecoin is one we're going to talk about in a second. That's up 6%, but still about 100x away from its all-time highs. So let's get into it. It's all in today's newsletter as well. So quite a few top stories as well. The 100% tariff, the Genius Act, XRP, the companies that are buying XRP. But let's skip to this part here. The XRP profit rotation. XRP's strong performance has sparked increased attention on how profits from its rally may flow into other altcoins. This deep dive highlights 7 tokens which close with close ties or strategic overlaps with XRP, examining their fundamentals, market positioning, and potential to benefit from upcoming rotation trends. So remember, we've always thought of Bitcoin, money flows into Bitcoin, then it flows into Ethereum, then it flows into altcoins. And then the smaller market cap coins, smaller market cap altcoins. Now it's a little bit different. XRP is taking a lot of money, and there's a lot of people that have been holding XRP for a while that will take profits once we start reaching $4, $5, $7, $10, even at all-time highs, which we're at now. And that money's going to go somewhere. Are they going to just put it in stable coins? Are they going to move it out? Well, some might, but most will look into other opportunities because they don't think the crypto bull cycle is over. And these are some of the altcoins that I like. Some of the altcoins that obviously will can potentially provide better returns than XRP because their market cap is much smaller, so less money going into it will move it. So this is a few of them. Number 1, we've got Stellar, XLM, and I've been talking about this one for a while. Always a bit more volatile than XRP, whether it's the upside or the downside, and XLM has always been one of the ones that we've been talking about throughout the last few years, or at least the last year. It was one of my top picks back in November. I was one of my top picks about 2 weeks ago. November, it was sat at 9 cents, and it went up to about 6 cents. So that was a 6.5x. A couple weeks ago, it was at 22 cents. Now it's at 52 cents. So that's over double. So that's in a very short amount of time. And I still think it can do well. The correlation with XRP is unlike any other token. And that is really good because XRP performs well, XLM performs well, and less money moving into XLM moves it more. So XLM is one of those top picks that I'm looking at. The all-time high was in January 2018. The current price is about 50 cents. It's about 45% below the peak. The maximum supply is 50 billion XLM, so half of what XRP's supply is. The circulating supply is about 31 billion. They reduced the supply from 100 billion to 50 billion in 2019 so that they can make it more deflationary. The fundamental value proposition. So Stellar addresses cross-border payments with 5 to 10 second settlements and 0.00001 transaction fees. The Stellar consensus protocol enables 1,000 transactions per second without energy-intensive mining, positioning it a climate consensus alternative to traditional payment rails. Key differentiators. Unlike XRP's focus on institutional corridors, Stellar emphasizes financial inclusion through its anchor network, enabling unbanked populations to access global finance. So, a few things have changed on the bullish side since it hit all-time highs a good few years ago now, 8 years ago. They've got PayPal integration, they've got DeFi expansion, they've got more enterprise partnerships. So a lot has changed. So it should theoretically be at a higher price now because XLM is being used more. The market cap is 14 billion, so significantly less than XRP. It's ranked number 15. We've got the volume, which is robust, 2 billion 24-hour volume. And the correlation with XRP is about 0.95, very correlated to XRP. Where can I get a link to read Stanislav? This is in our very own newsletter, comes out every day and today's, and you can go back and read any post. It's not like a typical newsletter. Once it goes in an email, it's gone. This is if you got the app or if you go onto the internet, you will be able to see all our past newsletters as well. So you'll get this one as well. There is the link for the newsletter. So very, very correlated with XRP, just volatile, more volatile. So if XRP goes up 10%, it might go up 90. It might go up 20%, 30%. If XRP goes down 10%, Stellar might go down 20%. So in a bull market, I do like holding XLM. If I think we're going to bear market, I start selling my XLM and putting it back into XRP or stable coins or potentially Bitcoin. But I'm not really too big of a fan. But anyway. Both serve cross-border payments, but target different market segments, making XLM the natural diversification play for XRP holders seeking similar utility with different risk profiles. And now we go into the other side of it, a very small market cap crypto called Sologenic, ticker symbol SOLO. Remember, please, nothing is financial advice. Just go do your own research. I'm not saying go out and buy these altcoins. You're going to get rich by buying them. This is exactly how to make money. No one knows. We can go into a bear market tomorrow. The market is pretty overheated. Who knows? So please do not buy or sell based on anything I say. If you make money because of these altcoins, that's all down to you. Congratulations, you did your research, you made money. If you lose money down to these altcoins, it's all on you. You made the wrong decision, you didn't do your research or whatever. There is nothing wrong with losing money, of course, as long as you don't put in more than you can afford to lose and you learn from your mistakes. At the same time, if you're going up in price and you never sell, then you're never going to realize your profit. So that's a whole video we did yesterday, and it was in the newsletter about a take profit strategy, which I'll reiterate in a second. But just please, the main thing I'm saying is I'm saying some altcoins here. I don't want anyone going, he knows everything, he's a very clever person, I'm going to go put my money in. I am invested in most of these, so full disclosure, but they are, of course, very high risk. Crypto is high risk, and this one in particular, what's the market cap of this? 160 million. So there it is. The maximum supply is 400 million. It's 95% under its peak. There's no inflation. Sologenic enables stock and ETF tokenization on the XRP ledger. It's literally for the XRP ledger at the moment anyway. And the reason I like these tokens that are linked with XRP is because XRP holders, they're not going to go out and buy some Ethereum or some tokens that have nothing to do with XRP. They love XRP's technology. They love what Ripple's doing, most of them anyway. So they want to see tokens that work with XRP and have the similar idea. That's why I've mentioned XLM. That's why I'm mentioning Sologenic as well. So Sologenic enables stock and ETF tokenization on the XRP ledger, allowing 24/7 trading of traditional securities. The platform bridges traditional finance and crypto through compliant tokenization infrastructure. And we all know how important tokenization is and how that's going to take over the world. So the key differentiator is built natively on XRPL, offering seamless integration with existing XRP infrastructure while expanding utility beyond payments into asset tokenization. Changes since its all-time high. The reason I've included that is what has changed since its all-time high. Is it been more bullish or more bearish? But Sologenic has launched a layer 1 smart contract platform with 70% of tokens allocated to solo holders. Community confusion. The Corium launch created uncertainty about project's direction, contributing to the price decline. So that's why I've included this section, the good and the bad. Remains the leading decentralized exchange on XRPL with 200 million in monthly volume. The market cap is 160 million. I think that's significantly undervalued, my thoughts anyway. XRP holder potential, high correlation potential. As an XRPL native token, Solo directly benefits from XRP's ecosystem growth. The 95% decline from all-time high presents substantial upside potential, while Corium integration provides additional utility through smart contracts unavailable on base XRPL. So that's Sologenic, very small market cap token, very high risk, but obviously high risk can mean high reward as well. And you can see it's been correlated with XRP, came down with XRP, going up with XRP from low to high from this recent rally. Sologenic is up. You can see the volatility here. It's up about 136%. You can see its all-time highs back in December of 2021. That was about $6.70. We're currently at 50 cents, and the market cap is very small. So I am targeting potentially $2 and all-time highs on Sologenic. That's what I'm probably going to be holding out for, especially with how small the market cap is. And I'm willing to lose on it as well because I haven't put in more than I can afford to lose. So that's Sologenic. Another one which isn't as correlated with it to XRP, but I think is pretty undervalued, especially when the hype comes into the altcoin season and people start looking at Coinbase charts and start going, oh wow, that one went to such a high peak, it can go there again, I can make a lot of money. Because when you look at Filecoin's chart, a new investor will look at it, and potentially some of us as well, will look at it and say, remember your first time in crypto, you go on Coinbase and you look at tokens and you look at the graph, what can go up the most, whatever. You'll see a graph like this and you'll see in 2021, Filecoin was worth $237. Today we're at $2.86. I can do 100x. I don't think Filecoin is going to all-time highs, but the retail investors might, and they might come in and push Filecoin to $10, $20, $50, and currently sat at $2. That could be a 10x if it goes to $20. It's currently sat at support. I think it's also undervalued with its tech, but I don't think it's going to all-time highs specifically, but I do think it's one of the more undervalued tokens out there. So the all-time high was $236. The current price is about $2.88. The distance from all-time high has come down about 99%. Can't believe 685 people are watching and only 211 likes. Since these guys go out of their way to tell us nothing but the truth, can we all help them by hitting the like button? David Hensley, I really do appreciate that. Please do hit the like button if you're here. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't done so already as well. If you haven't seen this post yet, all about the altcoins, if you're appreciating this, let's get the word out as well. So let me give you the link to this so you can go and repost it. While you're there, if you haven't followed me on X, you can just click on it and follow me on X. Remember, that'll be one of the entries into the giveaway. You just have to validate it once it comes out in a couple hours time. So you might as well get a head start and follow me on X while you're there. Let me refresh. Can we get 1,589 followers? If you haven't followed me on X yet, 11 more and we hit 1,600. I would greatly appreciate that as well. Let me go back into this analysis. Martyn will be coming live in about 15 minutes time. So I want to get through some of these tokens. So there you go. The maximum supply 1.96 billion. The circulating supply is about 35% of that, 70% of the supply allocated to storage providers through baseline minting. So what is it? Filecoin creates a decentralized storage marketplace using IPFS protocol, enabling anyone to monetize unused storage capacity. The network provides an alternative to centralized cloud storage with cryptographic proof of storage. I think the idea is absolutely fantastic. What they're doing, decentralizing storage, making a marketplace for unused storage capacity, and I'm talking obviously like iCloud storage, like cloud storage, not real life storage. Key differentiator is a proof of space-time consensus, rewards actual storage provisions rather than energy consumption, creating real-world utility through verifiable storage services. What's changed since the all-time highs? Network has expanded but struggles with demand-side adoption. Filecoin Plus program, subsidized storage deals, mask true market demand, creating sustainability concerns, limited enterprise adoption compared to traditional cloud providers. So of course there is concerns. No wonder it's down 99%. But there's two things to it. I think the product's great, so I think they can turn that around. And even if the product isn't great, just the sentiment side of things. If we go into a full-blown altcoin season and people start opening Coinbase and start seeing a coin that was at $240. And today it's sat at $2.86, they're going to think, wow, that's going to be a great investment. We can take it to all-time highs. Why would it not go there again? There was $10, $20, even at $4. You can double your money, I think, pretty easily. Again, not financial advice. Don't put in more than you can afford to lose. But it won't take much for this to go to $4. And it's already moving today up 6% after us mentioning it for a few days now. So there's two sides to that token. I like what it does, but yes, it's having concerns. Obviously, it's down 99%, but also the side of the sentiment, one full-blown altcoin season looks like. Market cap, sorry, where were we? Market cap is ranked 67, so quite a significant market cap, 2 billion, but not, it can move quite easily. Moderate the XRP rotation. It's not really one of those. They're different use cases. Storage versus payments. Obviously, both are targeting enterprise efficiency. The 98% decline represents extreme oversold conditions, potentially offering asymmetrical upside if storage demand materializes. Another one, Algorand. I don't think I actually hold Algorand, even though I held it last cycle and I wanted to open a position. I just never got into it again this cycle, but I still think it's great. Algorand, crypto, the all-time high is $3.56. The price right now is 30 cents. It's about 91% down from its peak. 10 billion max supply, 8.6 billion circulating supply. If you want all of this and you want to follow along, or you want to read it later, or you want to research them, then here is the newsletter link. It's all in the newsletter. It's not a typical newsletter. You don't have to, you haven't missed today's. You can click on the link and then you'll get all of the newsletters. So this one will be included, and you can go and go back and see the tokens. And there'll be some that we won't be able to cover in this video. So you can go and click that newsletter link to get that all as well. Make sure you download the app as well. It's called Substack, and then it's a better experience as well. Not only do you get things like this in today's newsletter, you get the whole market snapshot, you get the top five stories of the day, you get the deep dives, you get the charts at the end. And in today's chart, it's all my whole levels where I'm taking profits from XRP. Where were we? We did Filecoin. We are on Algorand. So Algorand solves the blockchain trilemma through proof of stake consensus, achieving 1,000 transactions per second with sub 5 second finality. The network enables carbon negative operations while maintaining full decentralization. The key difference is academic rigor. Led by MIT's Silvio Micali, with mathematically proven security properties and no forking risk. Where is the... There's something else I added, but I can't find it. Oh yeah, it's pure proof of stake. So there's no... there is no staking requirements. All participants, all holders participate in the consensus. Another one I'm looking at is HBAR, the enterprise governance model. So HBAR is really getting out there now. A lot of companies are now using this. The all-time high is about 56 cents. We are at 26 cents. So we are about a double away from all-time high. So you don't have that FOMO coming in from retail investors, but the utility is there. And people are actually using this quite a lot. So there's 50 billion in circulation. There's about 85% of it is circulating. Governance counseling, there's 39 global enterprises controlling network governance. So Hedera uses hashgraph consensus, not blockchain, to achieve 10,000 transactions per second with finality in 3 to 5. Tuppy Puppy, what are you talking about? It becomes draining hearing it over and over. Wait, what does Tuppy Puppy? Tuppy Puppy, is that what your name? Yeah, Tuppy Puppy. What do you mean? What is draining? Let me know. Okay, anyway. Hedera, key differences: enterprise governance through Fortune 500 companies working with some big names, Google, IBM, Boeing, providing institutional legitimacy unavailable in other networks. Number 18 ranked. And there is quite a bit of rotation that will come from XRP holders. There is an enterprise focus overlap, different approaches, but XRP holders, if they're going to take profits, HBAR will be sort of on the top of their list. And so will Flare. Flare token will be on the top of their list as well. And currently you can get 30 to 40% APY on your Flare holdings as well. Flare is one of my top picks as well. All-time high is about 18 cents when it launched. Now it's at 2.5 cents. It's about 86% below its peak. I think it can go to all-time highs. They work very closely with XRP. So Flare enables smart contract functionality For non-smart contract chains like XRP, Bitcoin, and Dogecoin, the time series oracle provides decentralized price feeds for external data. The key differentiator, EVM compatibility with native interoperability, allowing existing Ethereum dApps to integrate in tokens. So let me just show you this bit here. Direct to XRP utility. Flare was originally designed to extend XRP's functionality through smart contracts. XRP holders received Flare airdrops, creating a natural rotation potential in the ecosystem develops. And that's why it's important. XRP holders will already know about Flare because they got airdropped Flare, especially the ones that have been XRP for a while. So this will be on sort of the top of their list to start buying if they take profits from XRP, in my opinion. And I am a holder of Flare. I am quite bullish on what they're doing. They're working with XRP quite closely, and Ripple, I can see 5 cents pretty easily, and then all-time highs this year as well for Flare, taking it to 15 cents as well. I do see $1 Flare as well in the future as well, maybe 2030. So those are some of the tokens. There is a couple more in there, but I won't give it all away because that is the premium part of the newsletter. You can get most of it for free, but there is some for the premium members. Martyn is going to go live. Has he got the link? Let me check. In about 5 minutes' time. I'm going to go to your comments in a second as well and give you my final thoughts on XRP as well today, what I think it's going to do. Not yet. We'll get that in a second. Okay, let me go over here. What was Tuppy Puppy didn't reply to me. I don't know what that was about. Did we get 1,500? Seven more followers and we get to 1,600. If you haven't followed me on X, there is the link. Okay, let me go to your comments. Everybody everyone should make it a habit of reading your newsletter daily. I love it. Like you said, it doesn't go away and I can read it throughout the day whenever I have time. It's so informative. Exactly, David Hensley. Thank you so much. And obviously it's going to get better. I know there's mistakes here and there. I don't think there's ever been a major mistake, but sometimes one date is wrong, or it just shows it's done in real time, real life. It's done about 4 hours of research every day. If I get one number wrong or one date wrong, you can see it's real, it's authentic. So I appreciate everyone who subscribes to the newsletter. It's only going to get better. I already think it's one of the best newsletters out there. If I had access to this, as in if I wasn't making it, this is the product I would have wanted to have all the time. So that's why we made it, to have the real newsletter that's focused on what we're interested in: stocks, crypto, XRP, and stuff like this, macros, charts, everything in one newsletter every single day. Can you look at Aero also? XRP pushed up through resistance on my chart, is testing support now. Let's have a look at XRP. What's it doing right now? Where is XRP? I think it's just going to cool off today, to be honest. Oh, it is coming back up. Maybe it wants some new all-time highs. The US is waking up and they're buying XRP. Here we go. $3.50 now. Yeah. I mean, $3.50 is pretty psychological. You get back above $3.50. Maybe we see $4 XRP today. That would be crazy. That would be crazy, but nothing we haven't seen before. If you remember the 2017 rally, it was much more crazy than this. $4 would be a 13% move up today. We'll be up 14% on the day. It's pretty similar to yesterday. That can definitely happen. So we'll keep an eye on that. Breaking out again, XRP. Best part, all my Coinbase circle. Up. Okay. XRP $10. Yes, I do see a road to $10. This cycle, I think that is what the peak will be for XRP, the cycle. But I would have taken most of my profits before we reach that. Would you still buy XRP? Would you still buy XRP if you're under 200 coins? Would I? But this you're asking me. I have no idea what your situation is. If I only had 200 coins of XRP, I'm not going to say if I've got more or less than 200. Would I buy? Probably not, to be honest. Just because I bought at 30 cents, $3.50, I don't think I could do it. I would buy again on bigger dips if we get one of those crashes that we always get, or a bear market. I'll buy, but right now, would I? Probably not, because the best case scenario, in my opinion, is a 3x, and that's more than a bet. Yeah, so I wouldn't right now. But that's me. I don't know your situation. I'm no longer an XRP veteran, says Walker. Walker, congratulations to you, Walker. Doing good on vacation in Tennessee now, Stacey. Oh, lovely. Stephen is on vacation. We love it. We got the message. Okay, Tuppy Puppy, I don't know what you're talking about. Good morning, everybody, says Better Wellness Company. Can you look at silver if you get a chance, Sensei? Let's have a quick look at it, because I'm interested in that as well. We saw gold was up, silver, USD. No, sorry, silver. There we go. Up 0.5%. Yeah, it's looking perfect. I mean, we've got back above resistance of $38. I would say silver is going to $44 now. $44 on silver next, in my opinion. And then we won't be too far away from all-time highs on silver. Got the highest price since 2011 at the moment. Then it'll be $44, then $50, then it'll be $100. The thing is, I really do love the fact that you and Martyn will read comments even if it doesn't suit your program. Well done. You both have real... Yeah, Tuppy Puppy, I don't... We're the real channel. You could say, as long as it's not really disrespectful, you're not swearing and stuff like that, then everyone's welcome to make a comment. Is it about to break out? XRP is... There's not really a breakout at this point, but it's holding... I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, it really is beautiful. It came back and it tested all-time highs. Came back to $3.40 and it tested all-time highs into... Yeah, today, look at that. Perfect retest of all-time highs. So that is a beautiful retest. Is it a breakout? Not really. We don't really have a structure in place right now. But it does look like we'll be testing all-time highs again today. It's about to break out. Tubby, whoever you are, you don't listen. Don't listen, then easy. Yeah, if you don't like it, yeah, of course. If you don't like it, don't listen to it as well. That is another option, isn't it? How do you get airdrops? I don't know how it happens. Eddie, are you talking about for XRP or something else? Be very careful. There'll be a lot of scammers that'll tell you they'll do airdrops. There's not really airdrops for XRP anymore. There might be. You just, as long as you hold it in a decentralized wallet or on a major exchange that's normally compliant, like Coinbase, I think, distributed the things. Kraken normally does it. If there is airdrops to come, you'll have it, but I haven't seen any XRP airdrops in a long time. So that was in 2020, the Flare airdrop. Flare, however, now does airdrops. If you hold it on Kraken, you can get 30 to 40% APY. If you go through the decentralized way of doing it as well on your own wallet, you can get the rewards as well. You guys think New York Stock Exchange will drop XRP when it opens? Probably not. Sensei, when are we going back into bear market? How do you believe XRP will go? I don't know. It's hard to say when we'll go into bear market. I think after Bitcoin goes to 150, starts breaking structure, we start losing moving averages, we start going below 100,000, structures start changing, big bearish divergences on the weekly. And then we start saying bear market, and then depending on where we topped out, if XRP topped out, for example, at $3.60, and this is the bear market starting now, then I would say you'd expect a 70% correction. On other altcoins, expect a 90% correction. On Bitcoin, expect a 60% correction. So it depends when and where it happens. But I think by this time next year, the crypto bull run will have been finished, and we would have been going into a bear market. That might mean the bull market might finish now, 2 months from now, 4 months from now, 8 months from now, but we'll keep an eye on it. That's why we're here every day. But I would say a year from now, I'd expect everything to be over and done with. Bitcoin's peak altcoin season. Wish I got HBAR and XLM and XRP at 1 cent. Will Flare be the opportunity for us? Ray White, well, XRP at 1 cent, the market cap would have been less than Flare at where it is now, so probably not. But maybe. I don't think... who knows? I think XRP can go to $1,000 maybe one day, 10 years down the line potentially. But I like to take it step by step. $10 this cycle, $50 to $100 next cycle. Then you start building it up. So there's still great opportunity on these tokens as well. And Trump will sign the act today. Yes, yeah. I think Trump is signing it. We'll be covering that live if he does. I expect him to sign it today. What do you think about Uphold? I think Uphold's good. I think Uphold's fine. The fees are pretty high, but it's fine. I haven't heard anything bad about it. Okay, so I'm going to send you over to Martyn, who's going to be going live in about 5 minutes' time. Wait for the link to come through, and then we'll go straight over to Martyn's show. Let me go back on X. Did we hit 1,600 followers? 2 more. Who hasn't followed me on? I'm sure people haven't followed me on X. Right? 2 people. 2 of you. If you haven't followed me on X and you've got an X account, there is my X link. Please do go follow me on X as well. If you haven't retweeted this post as well, please go and do it as well. Reposted this post. There it is. How to participate in the XRP giveaway. So yes, we are doing an XRP giveaway. As soon as we hit 1,600 followers, I'll tell you all about it. We're doing $1,000. One more follower. Well, I just like even numbers. 1,600. I love it. Thank you for following me on X. So, the XRP giveaway. I think Martyn has posted on it on his X. Let me go on his X. I've tagged Martyn here. So, go and follow Martyn. We will be posting more on all 3 of our accounts, but go and follow Martyn on X. This is Martyn's X. So the $1,000 XRP live giveaway, free to enter, no purchase necessary. This is the link to the competition page. You've got the link to the competition page. It's pinned at the top right now in Martyn's X and also on the YouTube live chat. You click on the link, and this goes to Martyn's website and also has the integrated giveaway. So it's $1,000 giveaway sponsored by Martyn, me, and Vaz. There is a video that's on YouTube explaining how to enter, and in 2 hours time it starts. So there'll be entries for following me on X, Martyn on X, Vaz on X, so you can already do it, and then you can go validate those tickets once this goes live, so you can get a bit of a head start. There will be tickets, for example, and remember this is free for everyone, so you can win with just just one ticket. There will be tickets, for example, if we'll give a magic number, like in the promotion video. In this video here, if you add up the 3 numbers we give you in that video, you can enter that once this starts. There'll be an area where you can enter that number and get tickets. And then we'll draw the winner live on the show. So that's all about the $1,000 giveaway. So here we've got Martyn's link. Let me end the poll. What percentage of portfolio is an XRP? 90% plus is 41% of you guys. Wow, a lot of XRP, a high percentage of your portfolio is in XRP. 50 to 90%, 30%, 20 to 50%, 14%, and 30%. So most of you are winning. I would imagine all of you are in all-time highs right now. Now it worked. What do you mean, Savage Faith? Oh, yeah, no, try again. It should work. Now it worked. Yeah. Show the XRP breakout before going to Martyn. The XRP breakout, there's not really a breakout. Oh, it's not really a breakout. It's just rounding off again. So what I'd say is look at the 786. It's coming back up to the highs. So it could be going in for a retrace. So if you break $3.60, I'd imagine all-time highs, probably $3.80 after that. So we might get some new all-time highs. Regarding the giveaway, my X isn't linked to YouTube. Is that a problem for the giveaway? My X isn't. No, your X doesn't need to be linked to YouTube. I don't understand how you would even link your X to YouTube. Live XRP, yes. So we're going live to Martyn now. He's got a special guest on the show starting very soon, talking all about XRP. A very knowledgeable guest. A very good guest we were going to have on the show. I look forward to watching that video with you guys. I hope Martyn starts with some music. Sure, he will. Followed. Thank you so much. Anyone else? Genuine question, why was an XRP giveaway why wasn't there an XRP giveaway when it was just above $2? I don't have any idea what that question means, Tommy. Why wasn't there an XRP giveaway when it was just above $2? When it was just above $2? Why would there be an XRP giveaway when it was just above $2? That's such a random thing to say. I don't understand the question. Me neither. It's a different name as well. Okay, I'll match 1,000 XRP, Martyn, and if I'll match your 1,000 XRP, Martyn, if you and the winner donate it to charity. Tummy puppy, that is very generous. So during the live show, I'm sure you can come in and say if you donate to charity, you'll match it. But we'll need to get confirmation of that. But that's very kind, tummy puppy. That's a very kind request. That would be. I'm sure some winner might want to do that as well. Okay, so we're going over to Martyn's show now. Don't click on this link over here. I'll give you the link as well. It'll go straight to the special guest all about XRP. I think you'll like this show a lot. Excellent housing report this morning. Thank you, Keith. If you haven't subscribed to the newsletter, all the altcoin suggestions were in that. Again, not financial advice, but you can go and read that. There was altcoin suggestions. My 4 levels I'm taking out my XRP is all in that newsletter. So go and click on it. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye.